When I was invited here, I understood that it was the new carp shop for Warsaw. There are other stores here, but nothing really specialising in carp. And I think that the people in the local region need something a little more specialist. And they've got a very, very good range of products here. They've got my range, which I'm very pleased about, and the Nash range, which is good. They've got some very nice, different things here. A lot of things to interest the carp anglers from the Warsaw region. And I think that they don't have to travel as far to get what they want. And I'm sure that this shop will do very, very well. Oh, he's terrible. No, he's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy. And I think he's got a very good way with people. I've watched him with people today, and he has a very nice manner with people. And I think he's there to help, and I think that's what he's doing. I just think that Bartek should be very encouraged with the response that he had today. A lot of guys have come from not just Warsaw but from outer regions to come here to see what's going on, which I think is very good. I know that money isn't a fantastic commodity at the moment in Poland. People, like in Europe, are going through a hard time. So when they spend their money on their hobby, they have to spend it correctly and get the best for money that they can get. And I think that Bartek can help them there. I'm sure he's got a lot of good stuff here at reasonable prices, and it's quality. That's the difference. You can buy cheap stuff which isn't any good, but quality goods he's got. There's no doubt about that. And a lot of different ranges, not just Carp'R'Us. He's got a lot of very good ranges here, and I think he's going to do very well. I know he will. I know he will. Well, I showed them one of the most famous rigs that I've been using for a long time now, which is our wary carp rig on a cranked hook. A lot of people love the way that works, and I know that a lot of people in Poland already are using it. But I do have some other things coming. I have a very special pop-up bait which leaks colour and flavour. And Carp'R'Us isn't known for a bait company. I'm a rig person, but this particular product, the flavours here will be exclusive to Carp'R'Us, and we're going to be doing that this year as a special kind of leaking pop-up, which is very, very different. And I've had some in the pot there for people to see today, and they cannot believe what it does. So that's one thing that we've got coming. And I'm working on now a complete anti-tangle system which will guarantee that a carp angler will never have a tangle when he casts. When that happens, it will be the biggest seller in Carp'R'Us's history, without doubt, because everyone will use it. It'll be available in about 6 weeks' time. The black one is ready to go now. That's going to be a very special flavour called smoky mackerel. It's all natural flavours. These are human grade flavours. They're not chemicals, so there's no harm to the fish at all. And they are ready to go, except I'm just going to deal with the packaging and the pretty label and various other things. We're going to bring out two others. There's one going to be krill with a very sweet berry flavour to it. That'll be in a red colour, which will leak this brilliant red into the water, and the flavour, of course. And you can use it with any bait. Doesn't matter what bait you use it with. It's only a pop-up, and it's just designed to attract the fish to the area that you're fishing in, but without lots of things for them to eat, so they'll just pick up the bait. That one's coming, and then we're going to do a very sweet one, probably in a yellow, because they need to be special colours that will show up in the water when it leaks. And it will just put this lovely cloud around the base of the bait and attract the fish to the area, which is what we're trying to do. So that's going to be different, and they'll be ready soon. I think Poland, as well as a lot of the Eastern Bloc countries, I came here 5 years ago. I could see there was a tremendous potential in Poland. It's a big country, and you've got some very, very talented anglers, you know. Guys in England think they're the only carp anglers in the world, but they would be amazed if they came and saw what you guys can do. And some of the waters that you fish, I mean, English guys wouldn't have a clue of how to fish them. They just wouldn't know. So I think you've got a lot of good anglers here, but I think it's getting harder for a lot of these big fish to be caught, because the big fish are being put back now and not killed. And that means that they can live another day, and they become a little more difficult to catch, and they remember danger. And you need different things, and that's where Carp'R'Us comes in, really. That's why I wanted to come to the Eastern countries, Eastern Bloc countries, Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, because you need something a bit different now to catch these carp. And that was my whole reason for specialising in Eastern Europe for the last 5 years. And we're now getting bigger and bigger and bigger over here. Yes, I fished a big Polish competition, which unfortunately was rained off because the lake was rising to about 6 feet in height overnight. And my bivvy would have been underwater, so I fished that. I was the only English person ever to come to a Poland fishing match. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hangover as well. You Polish know how to be hospitable, that's for sure. Yes, I fished in Poznan with David on the small park lake. We got permission to fish that overnight, so I fished that. And this year I will come and fish more countries. I'm going to come to Poland again to fish with David this year. And then I'm into Hungary, I'm fishing there, Czech Republic and Slovenia. My best catch in Poland hasn't been that huge. I haven't, because I've only fished twice here. So, but I did catch a carp which was very difficult to catch, and nobody else was catching, and I managed to get that one. My biggest catch over here so far, not in Poland, but in the Eastern Europe, is about 39, about 19 kilos. But that was from a very difficult water in Kolin in the Czech Republic. But I'm looking forward to going to Slovenia, and also, if I get the time, some of your other bigger Polish waters where you've got some bigger fish. Maybe a bit of river fishing. I wouldn't mind having a go at that. 63 pounds. I caught that about 5 years ago with Dave Moore. I was fishing with Dave Moore in a small lake in France, and they were spawning at the time, but I managed to get this one, and that was quite a nice fish. I've had a lot of fish, but nothing huge. I don't want to go to the rainbows and places like that, because I don't think these fish are naturally that large. They shouldn't. They're not really as natural a fish as you're going to get. I'd rather come and catch a big fish in a river in Poland, which would mean something, because it's a natural fish. It's not been fed up and made bigger and things like that, you know. So I wish all of you in Poland a fantastic season. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Maybe try a few new ideas on one rod to see that if it's going to work or not. Don't change everything you do, but maybe just change something on one rod and see if it's going to work for you. And just keep persevering. Just remember some of the things that you've been shown, think it through, and just enjoy yourselves.